Hello and welcome to the Working Tools Podcast 100th episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, brethren all, welcome to the Working Tools Podcast, a casual conversation around Freemasonry. First, it's important to note that our thoughts and opinions are our own and do not reflect those of our Grand Lodge or respective craft or concordant bodies. Please connect with us and ask questions via our website at theworkingtoolspodcast.com.
But you know, all throughout all the time so far on the podcast, I believe that we've achieved the objective of spreading more Masonic education and enlightenment throughout the places that we can reach with it. And I'm proud to say that, you know, we're still here at the end of 2 years doing this and still enjoying it.
Well, and so speaking of which, as two of the originators of the show, so I'm actually, before I say this, I'm a bit confused. Was David on like the very first episode, or was he? David Barron is his last name, right?
Yep.
Okay, he was on. Okay, because I remember he was on episode. He was in one of the other early ones that I was on, episode like 32. I think season 2, episode 32, or something like that.
And the very first episode was rough. Like we had sound issues, and when we went live, like we did a sound check, and it's still in the original episode. Like it's not a good episode.
Edit that out.
I went back and I listened to that first episode and I rewatched it. It was like, we've come a long way, right? Because things were repeated several times, and we've come a long way. Thank you very much, David. Really appreciate you.
We were saying before we started recording that David's the tech guy. Well, we just said it earlier, the tech guy around here. So he's our sound. You sound a little tinny guy before we start the show to try and keep things of quality around here. So I guess where I was going earlier was, where do you two, as the originators to whom we defer, see the show going? Where would you like to see? I mean, do you think are we at the pinnacle of our recording careers? Do you want to see? What would you like to see?
I really want to see a golden YouTube play button on my wall once we have 1 million subscribers. I think that's really important.
We'll have to become a little more controversial. We could call it the Masonic view, maybe the tools view.
Tools with a view. We got to keep it clean, right?
But as far as this production is concerned, I'm really excited to see where it will go from here. I think that we're nowhere near our pinnacle. We're still learning every day. We're still getting better. Like I've watched some of the episodes lately that I haven't been a part of because I've been off working on other productions. But I think that the editing that David is doing is excellent, and it's getting better with every show. And the content that we're releasing is getting better and better. And I think that all we can do now is keep working at it, and improve in ways that we can when we see things that we can improve on. And I absolutely do believe that we can only go up from here. We are nowhere near the top.
You know, I do agree that the show's gotten a lot better since you left. Oh, I mean, no.
Just because my face or my voice isn't around doesn't mean that I'm still not involved.
Well, as far as the direction goes, I think it's just going to naturally evolve the way it has so far. And if that means we, slide into a different direction down the road, that's because either we decided it was to be that way, or our listeners and viewers, indicated otherwise. Like, for example, we used to do hour-long shows. And it was, cut back to 35 or 39 minutes once we ended up on Zoom. And we found through tracking statistics that it was, on average, people could listen for 20-minute segments or so. So maybe doing an hour wasn't maybe the best way to go. And I think cutting back our shows to 20 to 30-minute shows has also been a really good idea, because those who listen to podcasts on a regular basis, they They don't have an hour to spend every time.
I mean, speak for yourself.
When I listen to podcasts, it's on a break at work or driving in between. And because I live in Kelowna, it's 20 minutes across town. There's not a lot that I can get in there in that 20 minutes, you know.
That was part of my thought was that, you know, if a guy's traveling to work or traveling to lodge or, you know, in his car or whatever, taking a walk or run or bicycle, whatever, anyway, they could pop the podcast on, listen to it or watch it and probably get it done before they get to their destination. And so speaking of, we started off the show by talking about who we are and how we got here. And so I guess I haven't checked with the guys, but I'm going to make the plug and we can cut it out if they don't like it. But that if there's guys that are out there listening that would like to be involved, I mean, while I have been doing the editing, it's just kind of by default. And if there's someone out there that can do better or wants to do better or would like to see the show grow or do more, or we'd love to have your feedback on, of course, on YouTube, and also we have a Facebook page. The workingtoolspodcast.com goes to our YouTube page, but if you were to put, instead of www, put facebook.theworkingtoolspodcast.com or youtube.theworkingtoolspodcast.com or any of those, iTunes.theworkingtools.com, workingtoolspodcast.com.
Get them to send us a Gmail.
You know, Dave.
Yeah, or the workingtoolspodcast@gmail.com. If you comments about the show, what you'd like to see, if you want to be involved.
Dave, it sounds like you're a secretary trying to get out of your 30th year in a row. If anyone wants to do a better job, please let me know.
All secretaries will say that, yes.
Yes, I haven't taken that job on purpose. I was a treasurer for almost 10 years, and finally I had to go back in the line to get out of being treasurer.
That was when after I was master the second time, they made me treasurer, and that was what my wife said, "You'll never be master the third time." And I went, well, you know, now that I'm secretary, it's harder to find a secretary than it is to find a master. So I'm safe from having to do that again. So unfortunately, we're about running out of time here on our 100th episode spectacular. But before we sort of round up with our last thoughts on those first 100 episodes and what's coming for the next 100, I guess I would like to put forth that we are having as part of a celebration for our episode here, we're going to do a little bit of a contest, a giveaway, I don't know what exactly the word is, a giveaway. So we're going to have the first 3 people who email us and our email address is The Working Tools Podcast, all written out, no underscores or anything, just run it all together. The Working Tools Podcast @gmail.com. And I know it's in the show notes because I see them all the time. David puts them in there. But so the first 3 folks to email us to that email address with their favorite episode, whichever one it is. So give us their episode topic, and we will send those first 3 folks a polo shirt with the Working Tools logo embroidered on it, which hopefully by the time this airs, I will have an example of that David will edit in here.
And you might want to include your size in the email.
Yeah,
yes, we'll send them a little tiny and one. Your address, obviously, to send it to you in the email. But I figured once we had the email, we could contact them back and pump them for more information. But yeah, please, like was being said earlier, please, if there's something you want to hear or in the next 100 episodes, or there's something that you want to see or skill that you have that you're willing to lend to the cause here, please let us know. Our Patreon page will hopefully be up soon as well. I've been poking around on that. So hopefully David will be able to edit in here that we have a Patreon page. And that will be available as well. So please let us know, give us some feedback, let us know what you think of the show. And with that, we have all of 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So I've said my piece. Does anybody else want to have a last parting shot on the 100th episode?
I just want, look forward to 100 more. And I want to thank everybody on the team and all you guys for being here and helping making it happen. It was just a thought and a concept that has now evolved into this, and which is exactly where the thought and concept was to take it. And I'm really proud of what we produce as a team. And thank you guys for your contributions.
I concur completely. Thank you, everyone, so much. It's been a wonderful 100 episodes, and I am so lucky to have such a great team working on the podcast, and especially a big thank you to our editor-in-chief.
So with that, unless David or Trevor, any last words? Nope. All right. Well, with that then, thank you all for listening to our 100th episode. On behalf of Right Worshipful Brother Trevor, Worshipful Brother Stephen, Brother Connor, and Very Worshipful Brother David, and myself, we thank you all for listening to these 100 episodes. Go back and check them out. And again, please send us that email with your favorite episode so we can send you a free polo shirt. Thank you. Goodbye.